DMBI.com. This is John's reports for the 13th of August. Well, we survived the eclipse. My goodness, it was quite dramatic. Actually, it was pretty cool here. It was right at sunset and that, so it was kind of cool what it did. But that didn't change what the market was doing, which is pretty much head faking to nothing so far, but leaning more towards the bullish side. Look at the DOC here. We've still got rising red within cyan leading, so you would think, okay, there could be the potential for a drop, which is why we see the magenta candle, and it can be very effective. Um, Problem is, you still have rising shakeout and magenta over yellow, and you've lost any real short movement, and you've got DOC already reset. Before, when we had this drop, you'll notice the difference here. You don't have a DOC steel reset where it comes down below. In this case, it's went all the way underneath the red. Uh, it's a pretty clean reset. So from that standpoint, I would expect us to break again into further highs. Given what we're seeing, there just isn't a whole lot of interest from short moves. So the question then is the Nasdaq cooperating better than it has been, and actually, uh, you look at the DOC on it, still has the same spread. As long as it's widening, you can expect more weakness, but it's being absorbed, and once you reach a peak, and as it returns back, you're going to get the up push. So that's where I look for spread range given to the average, and then compression where you get an orange dip, and that causes a significant jump. So yeah, bear that one in mind. Also got nothing happening in oil, and what is happening isn't great. That's going to continue. Trump has just announced that we're keeping the Hormuz, whatever that means. We control obviously who goes in and out, but that doesn't mean that we can choose to have it freely operating, which the Iranians pretty much decide that factor of it. So it's a problem. And, we've already talked about this. Oil wasn't going to continue lower anyway, simply because you've got to refill all the used capacity from the shortfalls. That's going to take, well, even if it returned to normal, it would take through the rest of the year uh, just to stabilize. Uh, what that means for Europe going on is a problem. So we'll see if they're able to maintain it, but it doesn't look good for them as well. From a gold standpoint, yeah, it eased off a little bit, but we know its trajectory is still straight to the top. Bitcoin unable to make any difference whatsoever. And then 50K, look at that. We're just straight lining straight across here. That's why, everyone's going to be talking about it as a flag because that's exactly what it looks like. So from a 5K standpoint, it was modest for the day. You can almost look at the range fits within one window screen, and that's usually pretty poor. We had a nice move up, and then it was just a clean retrace, came down, and then built itself back up. It was sort of a non-event, but still decent number of points. So yeah. Anyway, that's long and the short of it. Anything relevant, I will put it in the team chat. Have a good one. Trade well.